Yeah. And then so 2 years ago, I bought a Norfolk pine, which is perfectly adapted to Australia's climate. And it lasted for over a year. We had it for 2 Christmases. And then I managed to overwater it and it died. And the saddest part is that's not even the funny part. The funny part is it's still sitting in the fucking pot. It hasn't moved. It's just a dead tree in a pot. And this year, Olivia was like, "Are we going to get a new tree?" And I'm like, "Yes, I will get rid of the dead tree, I swear." It's like 28 degrees outside right now, and we've got sparkly, whooshing winter winds. I love it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Christmas Madness episode.
Ching, 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 ching.
Wait. I got the sound. Ready?
Do the sound effect. It's like 28 degrees outside right now, and we've got sparkly, whooshing winter winds. I love it. And I don't mean 28 degrees Fahrenheit, because that would actually be cold. I mean 28 degrees Celsius. For all the metric challenge people, it's hot in Sydney today.
Okay, so because we are culturally, we're Christian, Caucasian. Like, I'm agnostic, so I'm not actually a believer of any faith.
I'm no longer a practicing Christian, but I did go to Sunday school. I wouldn't say I'm from a very religious family, but my granddad was a Methodist minister, so it was. I think we didn't really go when I was really little, but when I was about 11 or 12, my mum decided that it was important for her that we all go. And so, yeah, we did for a while, and we're pretty active with our local Methodist church for a while, and I did all sorts of like youth group things, and then didn't find it as compelling once I got out on my own in the world. That's all.
The point of that was we are doing Christmas episode because culturally we celebrate Christmas.
Because Christmas.
We may consider doing some other episodes on other big cultural celebrations and stuff in the future. Although I will point out that Hanukkah this year is the 14th to the 22nd, and we're recording on the 14th, so happy Hanukkah to anyone out there who's Jewish.
Yep, and that is my step-family's background. So when my dad married my stepmom, I actually got to hold up a corner of the chuppah when they got married.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, and Owen and Olivia got little dreidels one year from their grandma Sarah, just so they could see what they were like. And nobody actually played the dreidel game. It was too complicated.
Anywho, moving on. So we've got segments today. First up, we're going to talk about interesting Christmas traditions from around the world. And we're going to kick it off with Wales. Finally, the rat skeleton horse.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, I guess I'll cover this one off because I introduced it to you in the first place.
Yes, you can cover up this one. I'm going to listen with fascination and claim this as my own personal heritage because I'm like 1/64th Welsh or something like that.
That is such an American thing to say. I am 1% Irish and you're American.
Yeah, pretty much. But I can actually trace my Welsh ancestry to a group of Welsh coal miners that migrated to North Carolina, I think it was.
Excellent.
So
excellent.
It's not just family hearsay.
So if I mangle the pronunciation of this, everyone's going to have to forgive me because, frankly, Welsh is one of the hardest bloody languages on the planet. But it seems to be a fairly simple, straightforward pronunciation here. So basically, it's called Mary Lloyd.
Mary Lloyd,
Mary Lloyd.
if you say it with a Welsh accent.
Oh, sorry. I'm my 1% Welsh co-host here correcting my Welsh.
I lived in Wales.
Okay, that gives you more validity. Okay.
I know how to say no smoking in Welsh. Smigiu. Or is it Smigiao?
We just
Something
gotta
like that.
keep on the smoking thing of the Maggie at Marley.
You said that's what you
I know,
wanted.
I
You
know.
didn't
It's
want
bad.
someone
I need to quit,
enabling
yes.
you. I'm gonna
Yes.
needle.
Yes, needle until the spite comes into play, because that's when I actually carry through with things.
Yeah,
Anyway, so Mary Lloyd, did I get it right that time?
Mary Lloyd.
Mary Lloyd.
Yeah.
Sounds almost like Maori.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welsh has that sort of hard R.
Mary Lloyd.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll do.
Close
okay.
enough.
So it's actually a neo-pagan tradition, so it is not technically Christian Christmas, but it is that time of the year. It's the end, it's the long winter season, and basically they have like a horse skull that they put on a pole, like like a hobby horse, and they decorate it with like ribbons and baubles and glass eyes and stuff, and then put like a white cloak over it so that the bearer is hidden. And the jaw is actually hinged so that they can snap it. It's kind of like a one-man Welsh Chinese dragon, and this skeleton horse.
And it's totally punk rock.
Yes. So this skeleton horse has like a coterie of followers that go around with it while it goes door to door knocking on the doors, and the people inside won't like open the door, pretend not to, and then they get into a musical rhyming battle. And if
Rap
the horse
battle horse skeleton.
Yes. And if the horse wins, the doors open, it's welcome in, it comes in, it acts a little bit mischievous and snaps its jaws and pretends to bite people before it eats cakes and ale. And then, they carry on to the next door. So it sounds like really early Christmas caroling with a
like
combative
there's
nature.
Nothing bad about this tradition. Why has it not taken off around the world?
So,
seriously?
Christianity tried to stamp it out a lot because it was very pagan. Horses were a Celtic symbol of
but arguably so are Christmas trees.
Everything about Christmas is pagan, but some things they just couldn't
Mistletoe.
justify. Like they couldn't really twist a skeleton dead horse into Christ somehow.
I guess it's probably not easy to get a horse skull. Like, people don't just have one of those lying around. But still, I would love to be somewhere that did Mary Lloyd sort of traditions.
Apparently it is becoming more popular again now.
That's good.
The link that I put into the show notes for this is actually like direct to a Welsh site that actually talks about it more in depth and where it's currently actually celebrated and stuff. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Road trip for next Christmas.
We're gonna drive through the oceans. Watch out, Wales. Here we go.
We can just drive onto like a container ship and they can ship us over.
So yeah, but basically, the horse was a symbol of power and fertility in Celtic mythology, and the skull represented death and rebirth. So wintry type stuff. It was
classic midwinter turning of the year kind of
and
concept.
It was considered good news or good fortune for the horse to have come into your house before the new year. So it was a good thing.
But obviously
even
you want to
make and drank all your ale.
You obviously want to make a token attempt at beating it at the rhyming battle.
Oh, yeah. I would love to see examples of the rhyming battles. That would be fantastic.
I really am feeling like a YouTube deep dive coming on. Has anyone videoed one of these? Because
we should totally go looking for that. Yes. Yes. I'll see if I can find some. If I can, I'll put some in the show notes. If not, then I'll issue a worldwide challenge to Welsh people.
Yes, send us your Mary Lloyd videos, please. Anyone out there who's Welsh, and please feel free to mock me for like trying to claim Welsh heritage from like 20 generations back or something.
Join
And
Maui in the mocking.
my shit accent from living in Wales for all of 3 months. Because I was on exchange. So, yeah, it was a long time ago. Anyway,
Okay,
next one. Do you want me to do the next one?
you can do the next one. Yep.
The Christmas spider. I want you to do the sound effect. Do the sound effect. Ready? The Christmas spider. This is from the Ukraine and other nearby Eastern European countries. And the story goes that a poor woman grew a Christmas tree for her children, but they could not afford the decorations. So the family woke up on Christmas Day to find the tree covered in spider webs, and the light from the morning sun made it shine. And finding a spider or a spider web in your Christmas tree is considered good luck and prosperity. Apparently, it's also a general superstition that it's bad luck to destroy a spider web before the spider is safely out of the way. I feel like that is a general bad luck superstition. I feel like I've
It's
heard
definitely
something
around
about
Germany and stuff as well. Yes.
breaking the spider web is bad luck, which doesn't bode well for me every time I go out in my back garden.
Or anywhere in Australia when you walk
Or
through
anywhere
the
in Australia, at any point between, say, about October and April.
Yep. So it's a general superstition throughout like a lot of like the Eastern European German sort of nations that spiders bring prosperity and good luck, except black spiders. They're considered bad luck.
Okay.
But yeah, apparently in the Ukraine they still do like spider ornaments that they put on Christmas trees.
Oh, that's cool.
There's also some debate about whether or not this may be the origin of tinsel.
That I can see that. Yeah.
Germany also claims the origin of tinsel as well, like for wealthy people, they were flattening silver so that it would reflect light and stuff. So, we'll never know the truth of it, but like I like to think this is it because this is beautiful.
Also, it's like in the tradition of the Nightmare Before Christmas, it combines the two best holidays, which are Christmas and Halloween.
Yes,
and
we
so
do
you
like
can
that.
have your spiderweb Halloween tree and your Christmas tree all combined in the one thing.
So, heading out of Europe and over to Asia, we have Japan. So, Japan's not a Christian nation, but it does have a Christmas tradition, and that is KFC. This is just like marketing at its finest. So, in the early 1970s, a Japanese man who became the first manager of the first KFC in Japan had a dream. He woke up in the middle of the night after having a dream about people being able to get chicken in a bucket for a party after hearing some expats talk about how they miss turkey for Christmas dinner and stuff. So, this went on to, by the 1974, there was a massive marketing campaign, and I listened to the pronunciation so many times I'm still going to kill this. Okay. it was Kurisuma su Kurisuma su Niwakatake.
Yeah.
All right, don't come at me, Japan, okay? I mean, you gotta admit, you're just trying to get English words that have no meaning to Japan into a Japanese language.
Didn't you take Japanese
for like 6
as
years?
your language?
Yes. I can basically tell people how to sit down, shut up, say good morning, ask how you are, and sing 10 Little Indian Boys. That's it. That's all I remember. I do remember if you don't put kudasai on something, it's really rude.
Okay. Good to know.
So yeah, but it basically translates to Kentucky for Christmas or Kentucky is Christmas.
Yeah.
And they made it this whole big thing. You can get chicken in bucket, and it's like apparently it's gone out since then, and now it's whole meals, and they have cakes, gelatin cakes and stuff and everything with it as well.
Yeah.
But it is a massive thing in Japan. So nowadays it accounts for a third of the overall revenue from KFC in Japan.
That is
is
so
the Christmas
bonkers.
stuff. And to put that into
I
some
feel like
perspective, Japan's KFC holdings, they make approximately, what was it? It's 110 billion yen a year, or 700 million USD, which in Australia is just over a billion AUD.
Australian
So a
dollars, yeah.
third of that is Christmas. They have made it such a huge tradition. So
I feel like
that's
that's a
big.
weird spin on like the Black Friday sales, which have now taken over the world. Except instead of on the day after Thanksgiving, this is Christmas. They've
So,
like
because they're not a
unlocked
Christian
the
nation, they have spread it out over the days leading up to Christmas. So it's
yeah,
not just December 25th, but it's still a
sure. But
huge
still,
thing.
that's like a lot of money in a
Yeah.
very small window
Oh,
for
yeah.
something that is just made up by some dude in the 70s who wanted
Yeah.
to sell fried chicken.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
and, you know, all respect to fried chicken, because who doesn't love fried chicken? I have had many meals at KFC, but
They're
that's
not
just,
that great.
there is something like mind-blowing about that to me.
Yeah. I love whenever we have these big things like the Halloween thing, the mundane
Yeah.
Halloween thing. I love going to Japan and see, what do you do? Because they always
Yeah.
do the most off the wall things. So
Yeah.
so yeah, but like that's it. And apparently a lot of it, like with the expats complaining about lack of turkey and stuff, a lot of it comes down to Japanese houses don't really have the types of ovens that we do that can cater for roasts
Yeah.
and stuff, so they couldn't even do it themselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I can't
it's
imagine having space to raise turkeys. Like, they can barely manage Wagyu beef, right? Like, where are you
Yep.
going to keep a turkey in
Yep.
Japan?
You can have one chicken leg. We have an oven that can roast that. So yeah, anyway, that's Japan's Christmas. You're up for the next one.
Wrapping up with our final tradition, we're going to zoom along on Santa's sleigh to Iceland, which is on my bucket list to visit someday, because
Mine too.
Iceland sounds like a kick-ass place to visit. And we're going to talk about the Yule lads. And I'm not even going to pretend to try to pronounce the Icelandic word for the Yule lads.
Jólasveinar.
But there are 13 mischievous troll-like brothers from Icelandic folklore who visit children during the 13 nights before Christmas, leaving small gifts or rotten potatoes in shoes left on the windowsills. They're the sons of the terrifying troll
Yeah,
Grilla.
go on, say it. Try and say it.
Grilla.
Kríla.
And each has a descriptive name like spoon licker or door slammer, reflecting their favorite prank or theft, though they've become more benevolent gift-giving figures in modern times, similar to Santa Claus. But I always like Christmas having a little bit of like zest to it.
Mischief,
you know, mischief. Christmas mischief doesn't happen enough anymore. It's all about buying stuff.
Wait until you
We
check
need
out
more
the link for the
mischief.
show notes for this one, because it's actually, again, it goes back to a site in Iceland that
Yeah.
has like it's got the guys in costumes for the different trolls and all their names and everything as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, my favorite was Sausage Thief.
Oh yeah. That is becoming a tradition in my house now.
So yeah, apparently it's like the 13 days in the lead up to Christmas. One comes each night.
Yep.
So yeah, I
That's
wonder
very
if that's
cool.
where the 12 Days of Christmas came from.
But what do they? No, 12 Days of Christmas. I actually know this one.
Ooh, tell me.
It starts from Christmas Day and goes on 12 days after that, which I believe culminates in the holiday Epiphany,
The
which is
12th
celebrating
night,
when the three magi came to visit the infant Jesus in the manger in Bethlehem and brought him gifts of myrrh and gold and frankincense, as many, many Christmas songs celebrate.
So weirdly, I knew about 12th night, but I never really understood Epiphany. So, but yeah. And there is still some debate about when 12th night actually is. Do you count the 25th as the first day, or is it the 26th, the first day after Christmas? I'm like, Who
The
cares?
whole thing is hotly debated throughout history of like why the 25th of December, because that was just a day that they randomly picked.
Here's the fun thing that Marley threw together for this one, because of course it was Marley. So, so I wanted to know what the weirdest tradition in the world for Christmas was. So, rather than researching all of them, taking votes, weighing it up, and deciding for myself, I went to AI and said, what is the weirdest Christmas tradition in the world? Because it should do this for me. If AI is as great as it is,
That's what they built it for,
right?
so that we could settle the age-old debate of weirdest Christmas tradition.
Correct. So AI was super helpful and came back with, that's a fantastic and fun question. Picking a single weirdest is impossible because it's so subjective, but several traditions are strong contenders for their unusual, eerie, or downright bizarre nature. So helpful. So I responded with, give me a list of the top 10 with just their names and a one-sentence summary of why they're weird. I'm not going to break it down. We're not going to spend hours here going through them all. We're just going to give you the response that I got from AI on what were the contenders for the weirdest tradition in the world and the one-sentence summary on why they are weird. That's it.
And possibly some additional snark from AJ.
Oh yes, there will be some, and it's not going to be all 10 because I removed the ones that came in that were already things we covered in the previous section. So there is not a full 10 here. I also removed because it gave me Krampus and it gave me Krampus or something, which is just like it's just a parade celebrating Krampus of people dressed up like Krampus.
It's already related. Yeah,
exactly.
No,
So I removed that one.
That's a duplicate.
So, and then after that, I asked it, of those, which is the weirdest and why? And we will give you what AI came up with. So that's our section right now. So, number one in the contenders for the weirdest Christmas tradition.
And this is in no particular order, is it? We're not saying like number one weirdest. This is just the first one in the list is?
Yes. The first one in the list is Krampus. So it's a demonic horned beast that punishes naughty children instead of rewarding them. That's the one sentence summary.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say that the English is a bit sloppy there. Punishes naughty children instead of rewarding good ones.
I'm pretty sure I remember reading when I was looking into Krampus that it doesn't just punish it, they drag them to the underworld.
Yeah, it kind of tortures naughty children. But yeah, the idea is Santa gives out the good stuff and Krampus dishes out a beat down to all the bad children.
So, number two, I'm throwing over to you because I'm hoping you're going to get closer to Spanish than I am.
Tio de Nadal, popularly known as cagatillo, a log that children beat with sticks until it poops out Christmas candy and gifts. So kind of like a piñata, but poop.
Yeah. So I know I said we weren't going to go into it, but I will give a little bit of context to this one. So in the lead up to Christmas, they actually feed it cakes and treats and things. So they feed this log that's dressed up with like a blanket and a hat and stuff all the way up to Christmas. Then they beat it with sticks so it poops out gifts and candy.
We are doing Christmas all fucking wrong.
We are. So, given that we're not religious, we could adopt any of these that we want, man.
I know. If it didn't involve so much planning ahead, I would totally be there.
Right.
Hitting the log with the stick.
Okay, right. So number 3, hiding the brooms. So Norwegians hide all brooms and brushes on Christmas Eve to prevent witches from stealing them to fly off and cause mischief.
Yeah, because definitely you don't want the witches flying around on Christmas.
What? Of course not. That would be stupid.
That would be stupid. Think of all of the stuff they could mess up, like getting Santa Claus's way.
Pretty much.
Right.
Meanwhile, you seem to be getting all the ones with the bad pronunciation. So
I know.
Sorry about that.
I'm gonna just guess that this is like gavla or something similar. Gavla goat.
Jävla.
A giant straw goat that the public repeatedly and illegally attempts to burn down every year. I feel like there's a definite story behind this one, and this has got to be in a particular place.
It is in a particular place. It is in a place called Galway.
Is this like Sweden or something like that?
Oh, look, I'm going to do the share screen thing with you right now because, like, I'm not going to try and pronounce that.
Yeah.
Radhusplanaden.
Rådhusesplanaden.
It looks like Swedish.
Yeah, it looks from like what I Swedish from the words.
Yep.
I'm gonna Google Maps it.
Yep. So this is the link that it will be in the show notes is actually the official Visit Gavle site. SE, that is Sweden, isn't it?
Yep. It's definitely Sweden. I've got it on the map.
There you go. So yeah, it is a giant straw goat. I can't tell you much more than that because I did not look into this one, but I sort of looked at it and went, yeah, okay, that's a goat. And then I moved on.
It is a little town on the Baltic Sea, it looks like. Yeah. Doesn't look like, I mean, it's fair ways away from Stockholm, so it doesn't seem like it would be like a big city or anything like that.
Yeah, fair enough. The links will be in the show notes. You can go and research it yourself if you're really that interested.
Why burn it down for Christmas? That seems like the worst time of the year to burn anything down.
I assume since it's repeatedly and illegally attempts to burn it down every year, it's not actually a part of the tradition to burn it. But that's an assumption because I did not research.
I don't know.
You know,
so
again,
maybe
Sweden,
they put the goat
Christmas,
up for. They put the goat up for Christmas, and then people do try to.
That's what it sounds like from that. One sentence. That's all I got, man.
Context free. All right, moving on.
All right. So the next one, and I don't think this is weird. I think this is fucking amazing. Is roller skating to mass. So in Venezuela, people roller skate to church on Christmas morning. And I did do a little digging into this one because I thought it sounded awesome. And it's actually like an all-night thing. They skate around, like they have like these big areas like Central Park where they skate all night and drink cocoa, and it's a communal community
instead of like
sort of thing.
ice skating, the roller skating kind of thing.
Yep. And then they would skate to mass at the end of it. The roads, the police and everything would block off the roads for safety purposes. And apparently the tradition is sort of dying down because of course, crime. People ruining it for everyone.
Venezuela is not the most stable country in the world right now, sadly.
Yep. It does sound like at the moment Venezuela more than ever needs these community building events, but
sure.
It is what it is. But yeah, I would totally try and get that to take off if I didn't live in a place where you sweat to death in Christmas.
Even it doesn't have to be a Christmas thing. Why not just like it's roller skating day and then just, find some quiet streets to cordon off and people can like roller skate around and say hi to each other. That sounds awesome.
I think so. I think it sounds awesome, especially in winter with the whole hot cocoa thing going on as well. Apparently, the kids will tie like strings to their toes, and their friends try and tape the strings, and so it's a whole big thing. It's like a festival on skates. I just don't think that's weird. I think that's amazing.
I think that's awesome. Let's do it in June.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try and organize it.
Okay.
That and Mary Lloyd. We're going to try and organize in Sydney.
Yes. There is a little bit of a, Welsh speaking community here because I did look it up because I wanted to learn more Welsh and actually be able to speak it properly. And I can't be consistent enough. Like I did take Welsh on Duolingo for a while, but I can't handle Duolingo's emotional manipulativeness. And every time I skip a day, it just makes me feel guilty. And then I bounce off. I'm like, fuck you, Duolingo. Look, the owl can die.
Welsh was on my list of things I considered learning until I realized how many consonants in a row and how much spitting seems to be involved. I was like,
see, the consonants are not consonants, though. You don't pronounce them like consonants.
Don't care.
Just like looking at the letters, you're like, no.
Yeah, my brain literally flinches out and goes, those letters are not supposed to be used in that combination ever. No. And
All
for
right.
our final contender,
Yes. For shoe fortune telling. Czech women toss a shoe over their shoulder to predict their future and if they will get married. Again, this doesn't sound particularly Christmassy. Why is that a Christmas tradition?
so it's because of the time of the year that it is done. So they do it around the Christmas time because it's the end of the year. What they do is they face away from a door. They throw the shoe over their shoulder. If the toe points towards the door, they will be married in the next year. If it's away, they will continue to be single for the next year.
Okay.
So it's more of a New Year's than Christmas thing to me.
And presumably that's only the single women, because
Yes.
if they're already married, they don't need to know if they're going to stay married.
Yes. So the Czechs have got a whole bunch. Like there was a whole list in the Czech traditions around this time of year, and a whole list of them that were for women who want to get married. And one of them had something to do with something, and if you hear a dog bark, then the man you're going to marry is in the direction where the dog is barking.
Okay. Czech women are very concerned about being single.
At least historically, yes.
Historically.
Yes, they are. Okay, so that's our truncated list of not quite 10 because we removed duplicates and things we'd already discussed. So, is there a drum roll? Do I have a drum roll?
Surely,
I do.
Surely there
I
must
do.
be.
Ready?
Here we go.
So, we're about to find out what AI considers the weirdest Krampus.
And Krampus because?
The reason it gave was, while most traditions were about light, gift-giving, and family, the Krampus tradition is rooted in primal fear. The image of a demonic horned creature swatting children and dragging them to hell is the most direct and terrifying inversion of the Jolly Santa Claus figure, making it the most bizarre and unsettling Christmas tradition on the list.
I still vote for the pooping log.
I vote for the pooping log too. Krampus is being circulated enough in popular culture now that it's not really considered that weird. It's just considered the horror side of Christmas.
Yeah. Also, it's weird as in dark, but it's not weird as in just what were you drinking when you came up with this tradition?
What were you drinking when you decided a log should poop gifts?
Yeah, or like, why do you think that throwing a shoe over your shoulder is going to tell you anything?
Yeah.
So, that's kind of more my vote of weird, as in unexpected. But then what do you expect from a very sophisticated word guessing program?
So
anyway,
for the 10, the ones we previously discussed that were on the weird list, KFC in Japan, which honestly I don't think should have made the list because it's not really a Christmas tradition. It's just a cultural phenomenon that happens at that time of year as a sales marketing gimmick.
Yeah.
The rapping skeleton horse was on the list.
Yeah.
And so were the Yule lads.
Mm-hmm.
But the Christmas spider was
Yule
not.
lads, I would say, are definitely a great contender for weird, especially because of the rotten potatoes. Well,
it's not really any different from a lump of coal, really. The rotten potatoes are given to bad boys and girls.
Yeah.
But the putting your shoe on a windowsill for gifts or rotten potatoes is a little bit odd.
Yeah, definitely.
But, it is Iceland. They do things weird over there.
They do.
Don't come at me. I love you, Iceland.
They're quirky in the way that you want them to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're quirky in the way I want to live in, yes.
Exactly.
Except for some of those fish foods that they eat. They're
but
very
you have
smelly
issues with
interested.
food in the best of days anyway, so that's not Iceland's fault. Anyway.
That is true. Although it was great. I don't know if you saw it. I put it in the Mali was doom scrolling channel, but confirmation that Mali definitely has Nordic roots.
Oh, yes.
There was a video. It's like, this is Nordic chocolate. Oh, it looks good. It has licorice. Oh, and here's a bar of chocolate containing licorice. And here is some more chocolate containing licorice. And I'm like, oh, it looks so yummy. I love licorice. Anyway, Okay, so moving on, we have a list of 8 listener-submitted Christmas questions from Greer.
Well, not just listener, the best listener.
You're going to start fights. Like, Beth is going to get all upset if you start branding him the best.
Yeah, but has she sent us Christmas questions?
She has not sent us Christmas presents.
And has she kept up her goal of commenting on every episode?
No, actually, she did not comment on the last episode.
Yeah.
So, challenge extended. Beth, you've
Beth,
got to try and get in faster.
I'm happy to give you the crown, but you got to earn it, Beth.
I'll tell her tomorrow at Alex's birthday dinner. Okay, so question 1 on Greer's list of need-to-knows.
Yeah.
AJ, how does a warm Christmas compare with a white Christmas? You were from Southern California, weren't you?
Yeah,
did you get white Christmases there?
I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
did want to point out I have had a very white Christmas, but only one, I think.
Was it in Wales?
One of note. It was not in Wales because I wasn't in Wales at Christmas time. I was in Wales at Easter time and it hailed. So
Sorry,
but
I
have had one white Christmas. So yeah, most of my childhood did not have significantly cold Christmases at all. In fact, most of the time it was probably like 18 and sunny where I lived. But when in my university days, we were living in Washington State, very near to the border of British Columbia, Canada. So it did get a lot colder there because we were on the western part of the state near the ocean. The temperature rarely got cold enough to snow. And so we had very few actual snowy Christmases. But my dad was working for the National Park Service and he had transferred to North Cascades National Park, which is big, giant mountains where there's, big volcanic mountains with glaciers and stuff on it. And in Washington State, there is a very small town called Stehekin, which is at the very north tip of a man-made lake called Lake Chelan, and it is right nestled in the middle of the Cascade Mountains. And he was stationed there. I don't actually remember what he had been working on, but he got sent around to lots of different really weird remote areas because he started to get a little bit of a reputation as the go-to guy for setting up like solar installations for remote sites, so they didn't have to run generators. So he was at Stehekin for some reason. I think they had a building that was undergoing some restoration and he was helping with that somehow. So yeah, my mom and I, we got in our car, we drove to the bottom of Lake Chelan and we got on a ferry and we rode on the ferry all the way. It's like a long, thin lake that they dammed. It was like a waterway or something that they dammed up to make the lake. And we rode the lake all the way up to Stehekin, and the snow was literally like above my head, so at least 6 feet deep. And so that was our white Christmas. It was very freaking cold. The power went out and we had a wood burning stove, but it was a pellet stove that needed electricity to blow the heat out of the stove. So we had to move to another house that had an older wood burning stove that didn't need power. I think that one was affectionately nicknamed the Radon Pit by my dad.
Fair enough.
So thoughts on a white Christmas? It was very quiet, but that was also because of how remote we were. But it is very, you don't realize how quiet it is when you're somewhere that has really deep snow and it muffles all the sound. It's really quite eerie, but also kind of relaxing. It's fucking cold. I don't know. Snowing, like, have you ever been in a walk-in freezer? It's kind of like that.
I like walk-in freezers.
Yeah, there you go. You would like it.
Okay,
All right,
question
next question.
2. For me, Marley, what are your thoughts on Black Friday becoming more popular in Australia? Look, it's just commercialism. I don't see, I don't have any really particular thoughts on it.
fucking hate Black Friday with a passion.
Look, I
I think it should die in a fire.
I think it would be like I would be more concerned if it was still like people shop online more nowadays than they do in store. So if we were seeing a trend of like those Walmart crushes that you see on videos and people punching up in stores and carrying on like that, and people literally in danger trying to get a bargain, I would be more concerned. But like
Yeah.
discounts online, like whatever, I just don't
I
care.
also feel suspicious about how often that genuinely happens. Like you see the videos and stuff, and yes, it has happened, but I feel like that's probably pretty isolated
Yeah,
to some
but
degree and
yeah.
overblown. But just the
Even the
idea
crush
that,
is just insane. Boxing, see,
yeah,
the thing is, we've always had an equivalent over here. We've had
yeah,
the Boxing
Boxing
Day
Day
sales.
sale.
So, you know,
It's just the timing's different.
yeah. So I don't, I guess maybe that's why I'm not so phased. Like
Yeah.
Boxing Day seems to have quietened down in Australia since Black Friday has sort of become a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I still remember
just-
going out on Boxing Day sales and living the crush of crowds like you see in those Walmart
Yeah.
videos anyway. So,
And you never find anything when it's like an in-store sale. By the time you get there, everything's already picked over
yeah.
and there's nothing
Oh, look,
good anyway.
I've never had enough money to bother going out on Boxing
Yeah.
Day, to be honest. I think I went out to Boxing Day sales once in my entire life, and I came
Yeah.
home with a shit ton of unnecessary clothing.
Yeah.
So I just don't do it.
I think
Nowadays,
the thing
Boxing Day
that,
for us is really going to like Kmart and stuff and stocking up on more Christmas paper and stuff. That we've got enough Christmas paper here to wrap the house if we wanted to,
yeah.
because I keep buying it. Well, when it's
But
like 50
it's so
cents a
cheap.
roll for like stuff that was selling for $10, I'm like, yeah, I'll take some of that. Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, my thoughts on Black Friday becoming more popular in Australia, I really couldn't care less.
But I think I'm gonna add a follow-up question really quickly. Does it bother you that Black Friday sales start earlier and end later every year? Like, at what point is Black Friday just going to take over all of November?
See, to me, it's just another sale. We have end of financial year sales. We have back to school sales. We have Easter sales. We have Christmas sales. We have mid-year. We have a pre-Christmas toy sale extravaganza for lay-by. It's just another reason to have a sale.
Do you get 30,000 emails about Black Friday?
Possibly. I don't read my emails.
Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. Okay, moving on. Next question. The problem is that AJ actually reads her email.
Yeah, look, every so often, because like literally looking at my Gmail right now, I have 11,369 unread messages. I literally just flick through them looking for anything I'm actually interested in and ignore the rest. Every so often I go on like an all-day bender where I go through and all the unread stuff, I go unsubscribe to then find them all, delete them, unsubscribe to that, find them all, delete them. But for the most part, they build up for years before I go through the unsubscribe
I do
process.
have 1,778 unread, and most of those are probably over a year old.
Yeah.
So
see, I will read anything that actually comes from a person I know.
I can't find them. They're buried under all the Black Friday emails.
Well, I think that's the other thing. Like, I usually have my Gmail tab open all day as well, so I flick through there on the regular, and it's always like unread first. So you know, if something new comes in, it's right at the top, and I tend to see it. And I don't actually get that many emails a day that I wouldn't notice in the 2 or 3 times I spin through there. So, but yeah, that's your problem. Stop reading your email.
I should stop reading it.
Unless it comes from me, then read it.
Well, yeah. I'll just make a rule. If from Marley, save, everything else delete.
Well, see, I do something similar with the real estate. The real estate email address, if it comes in, it's automatically starred. So I see there's a starred email there that's unread. I go, look.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are your thoughts on Kris Kringle and Bad Santa? Now, as far as I understand it, Kris Kringle is when everyone puts their name in a hat, draws it out, and you buy a present just for that one person, like workplaces do. And Bad
Yeah.
Santa is when you deliberately re-gift bad gifts. Is that the definition of them?
I think so. I haven't heard it called Bad Santa. I've heard it called White Elephant, but I think that's
And
what
then
that's meant to be.
Then you can steal them as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Bad Santa,
I think
I'm
Bad
guessing
Santa is hilarious.
if it's the one that I've played, you get all the gifts wrapped and you put them in the sort of in the middle, and everyone sits around. The first person goes and picks
one.
any one of the ones that looks interesting.
Yes.
And then opens it right there. And then everyone sees what it is. And the next person can steal it or open a new gift. And then,
and a single gift can only be stolen
ensues.
3 times before it's locked.
Yeah.
Yep. I find Bad Santa hilarious. I've been involved in Bad Santas like twice at workplaces, and they've been hilarious both times. And I've ended up with crap gifts both times. But the experience was more than worth it.
My sister-in-law likes to do Bad Santa, but she doesn't call it that, when she hosts Christmas. And I think it was last year we ended up with a Harry Styles paper doll book, so you could dress up Harry Styles in different dresses.
Okay. So yes, I actually find both to be quite enjoyable. I prefer the Bad Santa because I like experiences, so it's hilarious to me. And it's even more fun when you're watching 2 co-workers fight to the death over one particular present.
Yes. And also there's an art to picking out like something that just makes a really good white elephant gift. Like, just choosing something that is bad but also funny. Hits me in the right place.
Either so ridiculous people want it for the ridiculousness factor.
Yeah.
Or it's got to be so weirdly, warpedly awesome that no one would ever have thought of that people fight over it. No one wants to be the person who put the gift in no one's fighting for.
Yeah, exactly. You want something that gets... Actually, one of the years that we did Bad Santa, we did it has to be like either... It could be handmade, so I made these 2 awesome beanies like the night before. I was just knitting, really.
There you go.
And those were the huge hit.
Fair enough.
They got stolen a lot, the beanies. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a huge Kris Kringle person. I just find choosing gifts for people I don't know well very stressful. Even when they give you a prompt, it's still like, is this the right thing?
I kind of like it because I like giving gifts. And if a Kris Kringle doesn't happen, I want to buy gifts for the people I like at work, but then I feel bad if I don't get gifts for everyone. So Kris Kringle gets me a get out of jail free card on that one. I can buy one gift, or Bad Santa, same thing. I buy one gift, I participated, people I like got gifts, I'm happy. So yeah. Do we have to do question 4? I don't want to tackle question 4. Although the soundtrack in the background right now is perfect for question 4. So question 4 is, what are your thoughts about the forced family nature of Christmas that can make the time stressful and anxiety? I think this is supposed to be like just full of anxiety.
Yeah.
He is a math teacher, not an English teacher, so we'll give him that one. Or possibly depressing for some people, especially if they feel compelled to act a certain way.
So I feel like it shouldn't be forced. Like, so I grew up in a household where my parents made a conscious decision not to run around and do the family obligation thing. They literally said to all of my extended family, we will be at home for Christmas. If you want to see us, you're welcome to come over. We always had a huge spread of food. We always had lots of people come over. My dad always had gifts under the tree for people. Even, sometimes it was just like someone who kind of unexpectedly came over at the drop of a hat. Because he believed that every kid should have a toy for Christmas and everybody's a kid on Christmas. So he would just buy like little toy cars and stuff for people and like, oh, Santa left a present for you. So we liked Christmas, but there was nothing forced about it. It was come if you want to see us, and don't come. And if you don't come, there's no bad blood. It's fine. But, you know, it was about enjoying the day with the people that you wanted to be with. But I recognize that not everybody has that. Definitely.
You've had enough stories from me about the dysfunctional nature of my family and the relationships therein. I don't think no, Christmas was sort of off limits for that sort of forced anxiety thing. Like even like, certain family members that have been named as being great sources of stress and anxiety and upset to me behave well on Christmas. Like Christmas was just it was the day. We had Christmas lunch, we had presents in the morning, we had Christmas lunch, no presents before breakfast, and then the afternoon was lounging around enjoying your presents or whatever, and nobody was forced to actually interact if they didn't have to. We were allowed to sort of go back to our corners. So yeah, no, even in my dysfunction family, there was, or I suppose maybe some people might have found it confining or something, but again, I'm an introvert and I didn't find it particularly onerous. So even in a house with, 2 parental units, 5 freaking children, sometimes the grandmother, Christmas was never a particular time of stress and anxiety. The day itself, lead up to was, oh God, was it? But Christmas itself, no.
I actually find as an adult, Christmas is stressful and anxiety inducing, not because of family obligations, but because of all the other stuff. Because everything in Australia, in my opinion, revolves around getting everything done before Christmas.
We all act like
There's
it's a shutdown for quarantine and everything's going to be closed for 5 years. Yeah.
It's like you've got 20,000 Christmas parties. You've got all of the end of school year activities. So like you got to get your teachers gifted. You got to do this, and there's 20 million things happening, and it's exhausting. And all I want to do is just like get a new Christmas tree that's not dead and like hang out with my kids and relax and eat some food. I can't do any of that.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Question 5. Favorite Christmas carol and favorite tradition and food. This should be a short, sweet one for us, right? You would think.
We can make anything drag out.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so well, for a start, I need some definition on carol. Because to me, there's Christmas music and then there's Christmas carols. So, like Santa Baby, that's a Christmas music. It's not a carol.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay, now that we have agreed on that, I think my favorite Christmas carol is possibly like a 3-way tie. Good King Wenceslas is always up there with me.
Ooh, Good King Wenceslas is a good one.
You would think I would hate it as a brass player because it's definitely one of the marching band things.
Yeah.
But I actually still love it because it's also in my pitch for singing. So it's a deeper song. And I like the story in it. So Winter Wonderland. I do love Winter Wonderland. And I know
which is a little bit borderline because that wasn't Winter Wonderland more popular music than carol?
I feel like it's a carol because going away are the new bells. It's still very jingly, not music.
Yeah. I mean, like Jingle Bells is kind of considered a Christmas carol, though it's a more modern one. So yeah. Okay. I'll give it to you.
And the other one that I absolutely adore, and it's a lot more obscure, is called Little Toy Trains.
I don't know that one.
So I grew up, it was Christmas tradition that Patsy Bisco, so she used to be like, I think she used to be on like Play School or something, but she sang a lot of kids' songs. She had a Christmas album, and one of the songs on there, and it's not made up by her, it does exist out there in the world, is called Little Toy Trains. And they little toy trains and little toy tracks, little toy drums coming from a sack, carried by the man dressed in red, by white and red. Little boy, don't you think it's time you were in bed? And
that's cute.
I love it. So, it's like close your eyes, listen to the skies. It's it's a beautiful little carol. I love it.
Nice.
Favorite tradition and food? We don't really have a lot of traditions. Like, oh no, nowadays we do. So Christmas morning, Daniel makes scrambled eggs and bacon and toast.
Ooh,
Yes,
nice.
that is my favorite tradition. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and food. I just love roasts. I love roast dinners. I know,
Mm.
a lot of Australians sort of given up on roast as a Christmas dinner because it's so
Mm.
hot down here,
It's
but we
hot.
still do it.
Yeah.
You know,
I have done roast turkey or roast chicken, but I think I have found the workaround because we got a rotisserie attachment for our barbecue. So now I can put the roast chicken
Okay.
outside. And
Fair
it doesn't cover the potatoes and stuff like if you want roast potatoes, but it does help, to put the hot thing outside roasting.
I went through a phase of baking, and I would bake traditional Christmas stuff like stollen breads and everything. And because I wouldn't eat most of it, I would just take it in and do a Christmas breakfast at work or brunch at work. So I was like one of the favorite people there.
Oh, yeah.
But one
You
of
knew
the
how to
things,
make friends.
yeah, but like, have you ever read Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office? You're not supposed to, as a
That's
woman,
true.
take baked foods into work.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so one year, this is a funny Daniel story. I've got so many funny Daniel stories because he is a funny, funny lad. So one year I made a whole bunch of stuff, right? And one of the things that I made in there was honeycomb slice. I make a really good honeycomb slice. Daniel loves my honeycomb slice. When I go up in the morning to collect all the baked stick stuff and put it in the car to take it to work for the morning tea, there was an empty container where the honeycomb slice had been and a $20 note under it.
Well, at least you paid for it.
Yeah, he could have given me the money and asked, can you make another one on the weekend so I can have it instead of stealing the one I was taking to work? Because I've been telling people at work about my honeycomb slice and they wanted the honeycomb slice. So, yes, my son says shit. And $20 is overpaying for the ingredients for these
That is,
slice. So,
yeah.
Anyway, all right, your favorite carol tradition food?
Favorite Christmas carol is probably God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. I just like the tune. It's nice. Anyway, favorite tradition was kind of what I was talking about earlier. Like, it was the whole day. So, this was my Christmas growing up. I always slept in on Christmas, so I had to get dragged out of bed. I am sure that I have some kind of sleep disorder because I could not usually get out of bed before like 8 o'clock.
We've discussed this before, how I'm a night owl and I hate mornings, right?
Yes.
Christmas is the one time of the year that I am the first person up and I wake the kids up.
I was
I love Christmas.
Never the first person up on Christmas. We would get up. We would do stockings. My dad, I think, probably usually would have made waffles or pancakes or something like that for breakfast. And then we would always put on Handel's Messiah. So Handel's Messiah would be playing in the background on the stereo system. My mom would have spent several days leading up to Christmas baking a massive spread. She had her own, it wasn't anything like particularly traditional, but she had her own set of cookies that she would always make. So there was always fudge, like a chocolate fudge. There was always cardamom cookies, which I loved. She made these like scroll things with like a date filling, and then sometimes she would play around and try out new recipes. And she always made these, one of my favorites, you would like fry walnuts. I know that sounds weird, but you like deep fry them so they were kind of crispy and then sprinkled with salt and sugar. So you had the salty sweet. I really liked those. And she would have like, I don't know, like a dozen different recipes. And she would pack up goodie boxes for everyone. And so like when people came over, they got a goodie box.
Mm-hmm.
But there was always extra leftover that were just sitting out And
Yep.
everybody would just nosh all day until Christmas dinner. And we would, after breakfast, we would open presents properly, but we always did stockings first before breakfast. We would open presents. And then, it was kind of like what you did. We just lounged around. Like it was just relax. You
Yep.
know, once the gifts were open, people would come over, they would chat, mingle. My dad would give out extra toys to everybody.
Might have been more stressful in our family if we were ever really located in the same town as any other family. We had no reason to leave the house and go anywhere.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember there was one year we went to Lismore and did Christmas with the extended family. I remember being in Uncle Ron's house and looking at his beer tins, so we must have been there. Oh, we collected them. They were all up in the rafters.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
but he only ever had one of each. So no, it was actually kind of classy because like it would. There were no repeats, and they were like collector edition tans and stuff that they bring out for different events and stuff.
Oh, okay. So it was an actual collection then. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure it started at some point because he put a Tui's can up there, but that's not how it was by then.
Yeah. So my favorite food was always just all the treats that my mom would bake for Christmas. It was not healthy food.
Well, see, I've never it's funny to say for someone whose caramel is my favorite sweet treat because it's so sweet. But I've never really been a huge sweet person. Like I've always been more creamy pastas, roasts, gravies, that sort of thing. More of a carnivore, to be honest. But yeah, I have got a story for you though.
Yeah.
That my mother tried to make a tradition. So when we moved up to Rockhampton, so when I was 16 going on 17 and my next brother down, Damien, would have been 13 going on 14, I guess, around there. Sounds about right. Who knows, who cares? Anyway, Mum decided, because big age difference between us kids, right? There's like 9 years between me and the middle child. There's 15 years between me and the younger son, and me 16 years between me and Beth. So Mum decided that Santa doesn't come to the kids over 13 anymore. Okay, cool, no worries. But that meant we didn't get Santa stockings, the chocolate, like the lolly ones either. We got nothing from Santa. Right. Big mistake.
That's a bit rude.
Huge.
That's a bit, yeah.
Because
at least give somebody a token thing for like a token chocolate from Santa or something.
Yeah, but this lasted 1 year. Because you had a 13, 14-year-old boy and a 16, 17-year-old girl who, both moody teenagers who don't like to be excluded from shit.
Yep.
And you had a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old trying to protect their fucking chocolate.
Yep.
So, the kids put their chocolate in the fridge. We just eat it. Proof he did it. So the following year, the rule was we didn't get presents from Santa, but Santa left us candy. We still ate theirs first.
Well, I mean,
they got presents.
You'd already established precedents, right?
It's about dominance now. But
you can't show any weakness after the first year.
Yep.
I feel like the last few questions maybe, well, the next two are
the
kind
next
of
question was definitely him just having a dig at me.
Yeah, and we've already talked about trees, so let's just skip
Molly
straight
can
to 8.
decorate her fucking house however she wants. If she wants a permanent Christmas tree up in her house, she can. We all agree. Move on.
Yeah, especially since we've been recording for almost an hour and a half. Let's do best Christmas memory, and then we'll wrap up on that.
Yep. I don't know. I really don't. Most of my memories from childhood, and even my teen years, are very disjointed. And a lot of that is ADHD. Apparently, have bad retention for memories, except for things that we get spiteful or hyper focused about. But I also have trauma-related memory issues as well. So while I don't have any. I don't have the reaction that I do when I know there's bad memories attached to things. So Christmas, I don't remember having a particularly bad one. It would stand out and I would obsess over it. But I don't really have best one either. I suppose my best Christmas memory would probably be that every year at Christmas time, after Christmas, I don't remember ever spending Christmas with Dad after the separation. It was always with Mum, but we would be with Dad within that time period. And usually it always involved road tripping across to Lismore and getting to see all of the family. And being in a car, screaming windmill out whenever we saw windmills, listening to John Williams' family Christmas album, and yelling Ralph at cows because my dad swears that all cows in Queensland are called Ralph. And the proof is if you yell Ralph out
Sounds
the window,
legit.
they look.
Yeah, sounds totally legit.
Just so you know, my scientific experiments since then have discovered that if you yell anything out a car window at a cow, it will look.
Yeah.
But, as a kid, it sounded legit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. No, and my best Christmas memory is the first year Daniel didn't go to hospital. Unfortunately, my brother did because he got injured on Daniel's Christmas present.
There seems to be a recurring theme of hazardous presents.
Yes,
so maybe
it's Daniel.
Maybe you should review that.
The common thread is Daniel. Anyway, moving on. What's your favorite Christmas
stop buying
memory?
Daniel such dangerous presents.
It was a trampoline.
My best Christmas memory. I don't know. I had a lot of good Christmases. I think maybe, as adult, it's not my favorite, but as kid AJ, it was, there's this area that was a little drive away from us that was popularly called Candy Cane Lane, where the people would just go completely all out in a way that was very unusual for the 80s. Like, we're talking like Disneyland level animatronics of Christmas decorations in their front yards. And you could kind of just people would just drive there and do like a slow drive down the road to check out all the decorations. And it was fun because I liked it because, it was like late at night because you had to wait till it was, dark. And it wasn't, it was winter time, so it was dark early, but it wasn't that early, it would kind of be out late. And then we would always drive, part of the drive was on the coast. I think it was, we would just take 101, which is the big coastal north-south freeway that goes all along California, Oregon, and Washington states along the Pacific Ocean. So I would always like looking at all the cool lights and stuff. And then on the way home, kind of be sleepy and comfy in the back of the car and look at the lights on the water as we were driving back home. Yeah, it was kind of a fun thing, and it was unique. And now I would probably find it a bit, I don't know, too over the top. But as a kid, I loved that.
Fair enough. Okay. So, awkward Christmas outro?
Awkward Christmas outro.
Merry Christmas, Greer!
And Merry Christmas, Beth!
But we know Krampus is going to visit her, so it's okay. Don't worry about it too much.
That's fine. Krampus is coming for all of us. We're all going to hell.
As always, you can find our socials on the website or in the show notes. I just wanted to plug the fact that we put links in the show notes. So, So you can find our show notes on the website for the episode or in the description on YouTube. All of our socials on the website, in the show notes, on podcast, wherever you find this stuff. Feel free to drop a comment.
We love comments.
Or add your own list of questions so that Greer's not the only one asking. Challenge, Beth. Challenge.
Send us an email with a podcast idea. We have done that.
Join the Discord and see what shenanigans we're up to over there. It's really just doom scrolling. It's starting to jump a little bit.
It's starting to pick up on Discord. You could join the party.
You could join the party. We have one more episode, and then we'll be taking a couple of weeks off for Christmas and coming back in the new year.
Yes. Thanks for listening this far if you've listened this
Yeah,
far.
like this is another ADHD trait. We don't know how to say goodbye and wrap
We
things
don't
up,
know
so we
how
just
to stop.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
keep going.
I'm leaving this in the outro, by the way.
You should. You
I will.
should.